Hello. Ukraine after the war. First, Ukraine has not been conquered. And this is a victory. Ukraine, from Lviv to Kharkiv, from Kiev to Odessa, remains free. After 10 years of trying, Russia, with a population 4 times that of Ukraine, with nuclear weapons, with the second greatest army in the world on paper, have not beaten the Ukrainians, and they won't. Russia has suffered great losses in terms of men and resources. It will be exhausted. Ukraine, on the other hand, has become more united over those 10 years and a stronger and more vibrant country. Yes, there is a lot of problems, and a lot of people have left, but Ukraine has become a more concentrated cultural entity. It will not be swallowed. Let me offer two examples of what could happen immediately after the end of the war, and then a longer term example. The first example I would get from my Irish background, and that is the Irish Rebellion of 1916. In the aftermath of that rebellion, the British exerted a control again over Ireland, but it could not suppress the movement altogether. So in 1922, the Irish Free State was formed. But that Irish Free State had to recognize the influence and basic control of Britain. This did not, of course, sit well with the Irish, who had been for centuries, like the Ukrainians, fighting to be free. So there was a rebellion and a civil war. It was put down, but the result was that as England approached World War II, it became weaker and more willing to compromise. So Ireland became more and more free. Now it then formed the Irish Republic, but without the Northern Ireland 6 counties. Now we say 6 counties for a reason, because those counties were Irish counties, part of Ireland historically, just like Eastern Ukraine. And the Irish would still not accept that. And so you had, from 1922 to 1972 and beyond, 50 years of civil war and civil conflict, a terrible situation. The other example of what might happen after the defeat of Russia is North and South Korea. If there was a real military stalemate, a real stable ceasefire, in other words, Russia would not be able to hope to conquer Ukraine in its majority. Then what would happen is the concentrated cultural area of Ukraine would thrive, would prosper. And that leads to a third example of what might happen, and that is East and West Germany. Ukraine, unlike Ireland, may, because of Russia's demise, whether that takes a few years or less, or a few years more, but because of Russia's demise, the demise of the Russian Empire, because there was the Russian Empire, the Soviet Union Empire, and the Russian Federation Empire. They're all empires. When that empire finally collapses, then there will be a more united and even more prosperous Ukraine. But a word of caution. Today is October 1st, the feast of the protection of the Mother of God. And in Ukraine, it also is the Day of the Defender, when Ukrainians honor those who have defended Ukraine. There will be no long-term victory and victorious outcome for the Ukrainian people unless it is the submission to God through the intercession of the Blessed Mother of God, Mary, Holy Theotokos. Thank you for clicking the button.